And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
It's clear that the views expressed by our host are not considered the official stance of NDR views. Remember, this is all about having fun.
Hey guys, Noelle here. In honor of our soldiers, our military personnel that are currently deployed right now, I wanted to take the time to personally thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for all that you guys do, even the veterans. I also wanted you guys to see our team and what they had written to you guys personally. I wish you all nothing but love and respect.
So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Big Grizz Show on mbradio.us. You can find us on their app. You can download their app. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, all the platforms. But today we have a special guest, and I'm going to play a song, and then we're going to bring her up. So you guys stay tuned. This is going to be a fun one.
Too big, wanting to grow up way too quick, searching for spotlights since I was 6. Hello, my name is Dream Too Big. Hello, my name is way too loud. My voice can cut right through a crowd. Got made fun of for it, but who's laughing now? Hello, my name is way too loud. I know I've had my moments and I've had heartaches, but God is making miracles out of my mistakes. You can say I won't make it, and I can tell you that I don't really care. 'Cause hello, my name is going somewhere. Far. Lost all my words in a mason jar. Locked eyes with a stranger at the end of the bar. Hello, my name is You'll Go Far. Well, hello, my name is One More Try. I put too much stock in bad advice. 'Cause anything worth leaving is worth loving twice. Make You're never gonna leave the ground. You can tell us all about it when you come back around. Hello, my name is Get Knocked Down. Hello, my name is Stand Back Up. Keep moving even when it gets rough. I've given so much, but I ain't giving up. Hello, my name is Stand Back Up. I know I've had my moments and I've had heartaches, but God is making miracles out of my mistakes. You can say I won't make it, and I can tell you that I don't really care. 'Cause hello, my name is going somewhere. Going somewhere. Yeah, yeah, Oh, it's going somewhere.
Interview of the week sponsored by LTD Tactical.
Hey everybody, this is, well, when she gets back up on the screen, this is Lauren Rose Thayer, and she's an up-and-coming voice, and she does a lot on TikTok. And we got lucky enough that she was going to be able to jump in and have an interview on this one. Hi Lauren, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing great. I'm super excited for this. I've seen your videos. I've been watching your videos. I subscribed to your YouTube channel today, actually.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. H had told me that you have a very interesting story on what brought you into doing what you were doing. Would you like to share that with us?
Sure. So let me just turn me up a little bit. Can you guys hear me okay?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so I have a really unconventional story. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Appreciate that. I did not
That's
come
my
to
aunt.
Nashville to be a musician. I came to Nashville to be a teacher. So I'm a Pittsburgh native, born and raised just outside of the city, and moved to Nashville 8 years ago to go to grad school, earn my master's at Belmont. Was going to be a music teacher and do opera and theater on the side, and just have that be my career. And well, 2020 happened, and like a lot of people, I lost my job. The school I was teaching at, they cut my program, and it was a huge budget cut. They laid off a bunch of the staff. I was the only music teacher in my district, and they just cut my program. And the next thing we know, the COVID-19 pandemic happened, and I moved back to Pittsburgh with my family and was in quarantine for what felt like forever. And then one day, I was chatting with a mutual friend, and we were like, you know what? We should write a song. I've never really written songs before. And then next thing we know, one song led to another, led to another, led to another. That resulted in me doing live streams on my Facebook and Instagram. I really wasn't sure, what TikTok was. But once I started performing, on live streams, I was like, well, when restrictions were lifted, I was like, Mom, Dad, I think I need to move back to Nashville and try being a singer. And they weren't very happy with it at first. They thought I was really crazy for moving back and not really having a game plan. But God has been faithful, and he's been really good. And I've just been really leaning into him. And here we are now. I'm a full-time musician. I have lots of original music out on the streaming platforms. I just dropped a new single today. And we've got some exciting stuff happening in the future. So it's been really cool, just how life has been. It's been like the best thing that ever happened to me.
That's awesome. So you were a music teacher, correct? Is that what you had said?
I was.
So were you like a music teacher for elementary school kids, or what were you?
Yeah. So when I was in grad school, I taught privately. I taught voice and piano, and I had elementary through high school students in my private studio. And then when I went into the public school system, I taught elementary and middle school music.
So we have a comment. I'll pop it up for you. This is actually my aunt. She's asking if you performing anywhere in Nashville soon. She actually is about 2 hours away from Nashville.
All the time, which is really awesome to say. Yeah, I need to do better with sharing my schedule on my socials. I usually post it on my Facebook and my Instagram, where I'm playing, when I'm playing, because even when I'm posting on my live streams, like folks will message me and say, "Hey, I'm going to be in Nashville like this day to this date. Let us know where you're playing at. We'll come support." It's a really sweet community that I've been building, and it's really awesome. But yeah, check my socials. I'm basically playing every day this weekend. So yeah, check my socials. I have my schedule posted on there.
So what kind of places do you perform at? Is it like bars or clubs or anything like that? Do you have a certain place you like to go to?
Yeah, so when I started, I played a lot of like just dive bars, not even in Nashville. It was more like central eastern Tennessee, up in southern Kentucky. When I was living in Pittsburgh, I would try and do a couple of gigs up there, just one-offs. Now the main source of my performing is on Lower Broadway in Nashville. So right now, there's a handful of bars essentially that I play at full time. Like the Stage on Broadway is one. Second Fiddle. There's Redneck Riviera, which is one of my favorites. It's John Rich's of Big and Rich Bar, or Big and Rich. It's his bar. But one thing I love about them is that they give back a lot to the veterans and first responders community. They do a lot of charity work, private events for them. And also just the people there. They're good people, good music, good time. And that's why I try to surround myself with, is just good people who like good music and like to have a good time. And so thankfully the places that I do play at on Broadway, they really, resonate with me on that.
So have you met Big and Rich?
I haven't yet.
So we're gonna be going to a break here shortly. What do you focus on with your music? Because I was actually watching your live last night, and you were doing a lot of cover things. You did Hotel California, and I was listening to a few different ones. What genre of music do you specialize in?
Oh, I'm a 90s country fan all the way. So my music is like a mix of 90s country and 70s rock. It's stuff that I grew up on. I love bands with like big harmonies, like the Chicks, Fleetwood Mac, CCR, the Eagles, Lady Antebellum, anything that has like stuff that you can sing along to. That's what I like to write, and that's what I like to perform. On Broadway, it's really request heavy. I love playing what people want to hear. It's fun for me. It helps me, clean up my chops too. Especially whenever it's something that I either haven't heard in a long time or I've never heard before. And I'm like, I think I can do that. Like one day somebody requested the band Rehab, and I maybe heard a song by them once or twice. I was like, okay, I've heard this enough times. We're gonna try this, see how it goes. But yeah, I just like playing good music. I like playing music. I like helping people. I love entertaining. Yeah, so anything that's gonna put on a good show, that's authentic, then I'm down for that.
That's awesome. Well, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. You guys are listening to the Big Grizz Show on MBR, giving veterans a voice. And this is Lauren Rose Thayer, so please stay tuned because we got more to talk about.
We were not made to live in isolation. Sadly, many of our veterans feel they need to fight their battles alone. This self-isolation has led to the staggering statistic of more than 20 veterans taking their lives every day.
A lot of guys end up drinking, a lot of guys end up losing hope. Some of them will go to the VA and they'll try to get, prescription medications to help with PTSD. They'll get pills for anxiety, they'll get pills because they can't sleep, now they'll get pills for depression. Before they know it, they're taking 12 different medications. And when it's not working out, these guys lose hope, and that's why there's 23 guys a day committing suicide.
The mission of Mighty Oaks is to eradicate the veteran suicide epidemic and help our warriors change their legacies. As a result, we've been able to help over 4,000 veterans and first responders by equipping them with the tools they need to live the lives they were created to live.
Everything they said just kept hitting me in the heart over and over and over again. It's like all the things that I didn't know that I needed to hear. And I opened my heart to God that week, dude, and I've been a different person ever since.
Our faith-based, peer-to-peer approach has one of the highest success rates of any program available today, offering hope and understanding to those who need it most. We provide our programs and resources, including travel, at no cost to our warriors.
I remember talking to a licensed social worker who actually handed me a pamphlet to Mighty Oaks. So I went. Yeah, I'm glad I did.
By aligning their lives to biblical principles, these men and women are able to lead their families, their communities, and our nation. Our mission is to serve and restore our nation's warriors and families who have endured hardship through their service to America, and to help them find new life purpose through hope in Christ. It's your generosity that can make a difference in the lives of the men and women who have fought for our country and our freedoms. Now that they're home, don't let them fight alone. Learn more at mightyoaksprograms.org.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Hey everybody, welcome back.
All right.
I didn't touch a button.
That was me. Just go with it.
So
are you there, God?
Yeah, Joel Hunt said he's a big fan and you have an amazing voice. I'm just reading some of the comments that are coming through. Okay, that was the only one. Everybody else is just talking. So you had said earlier that you support veterans and first responders. On that side of it, what do you do to help, or not help, but to support veterans and first responders? Do you do like guest speaking for events for vets or anything like that?
So that is something, I know that what you've seen has been a lot. Just with the music I've been putting out, the shows I've been doing, when you're looking at it like at face value, like from a calendar, I've really been only doing this for a year. And so it's definitely something that I would like to get into in the future as well. It's also because a lot of my listeners are veterans and first responders. So really like the opportunity like hasn't come up yet, but it's definitely something I would like to look into in the future as well. I am all for anything that supports our military. I mean, I grew up with a family, like all of my grandparents' generation, they were all Marines and in the Army. My grandfather served in both World Wars. I have cousins that were in the military as well. So we're a pretty big military family.
I would say so.
Yeah. And so it's been really cool. I say this jokingly. there was one time in high school, the Marine Corps reached out to me and invited me to audition for their Marine Corps band, because I used to play saxophone in high school and college and do jazz ensemble and everything. And I was really, really close to like auditioning. And then my mom sat me down and she was like, honey, here's the thing. You can audition for this if that's what you really want to do. But like, if you're going to go into the Marine Corps, you're a Marine first, and then you're a musician second. And I really had to think about it. And I was like, well, I think I'm going to go into education instead. But yeah, long story short, I'm still very green in where I'm playing and, you know, the opportunities that I've been getting in. So it's definitely an avenue that I would like to approach in the future. It just, you know, hasn't quite happened yet. The door hasn't been opened yet, but when it does, I'm here and I'm ready.
So what was the first instrument that you played that got you into music?
Guitar.
Was it? Okay. So how many instruments can you play?
Oh, geez. So with my education degree, I had to learn how to play all of them. But the ones that I would have to say that I played like the most, like growing up, learned guitar when I was 6, started playing piano when I was 10. Same year, I learned how to play saxophone. When I was in college, I started picking up flute. And then from there, because my certification is in band, choir, general music, in order to teach band, you have to learn how to play everything proficiently, and then you pretty much have to learn how to teach all those instruments. So that, you know, translates to like clarinet, you know, trombone, drums, any of those things. Oh, wow. So I am not a brass player to save my life, but the cool thing is whenever you learn like one instrument.
Did she freeze?
Oh, am I good?
No, she didn't freeze.
Okay.
It's so fun. Like I can hear you, but I can't see you, friend. But it's like I hear the voice. I'm like, are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
So when it comes to that, obviously guitar's your go-to. Is it your go-to now when you're performing?
You know, it's been a tie between guitar and piano. I'll be totally honest. Like it's, yeah. It depends on the gig. It really depends on the gig. A lot of times, like if a band is willing to pay us enough, I will hire, like, most of my bands are 4-piece. So it's usually me, lead guitar, bass, and drums. If it's a really busy night, like a Friday night or a Saturday night, and I can hire like a 5th band member, I'll bring, you know, piano or fiddle or something like that. But honestly, playing piano, it just opens up what I can play. So if the stage is big enough that I can fit my large keyboard in, cool. If it's really small, then I'll bring my acoustic. It really just depends on the type of gig it is.
Okay. So do you have a band, or is it
I
just
do.
a solo thing? You do? Oh, okay.
I do.
What's the name of your band?
It's under my name.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, we actually had a comment ask you, it says, if you don't mind sharing, how old are you?
Oh, I don't mind at all. I just turned 30 at the end of March.
Okay. So another thing real quick is, you can see in the comments that Larry and Noelle Souter, they're actually the founder and co-founder of the Lady Liberty Foundation, which I'm a part of. And she actually plays the piano too. So that was honestly leading up to my next question on maybe putting you in an event, if we put an event together, because they actually are over by you. If we could get that going and get an event together, would you want to come in there and sing and perform for vets and first responders?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Send me the details and we'll put something on the calendar. It sounds great.
I'll get to working with them. They heard you, so they heard you say it. Wasn't just me.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So I got another question for you. What are the chances in the next, what do we got, 30 minutes, 35 minutes, that you can play us a song that you just dropped?
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah. I'd love to do that. That'd be
Would
great.
you be willing to do that? Awesome.
Yeah.
Even better. We'll do that after more towards the end. Last thing that will get you going on.
Say the word.
What are your goals of being a performer? Your year, 5-year, 10-year goals. Where do you see yourself going?
Wow. Every time I set a goal for myself, the plan just shifts. And so for me, I just want my goal mainly is I want the stories that I tell and the music that I make to fall on the ears that need to hear it the most. Whether that is hundreds of thousands of people, whether it's 1 million people, whether it's just, the 5,000 followers I have on my TikTok right now. I'm in a spot where I really haven't felt the need or the desire to quote unquote chase the fame. I'm doing this because nothing else worked out. And I really feel like this is what I'm called to do. If you want to come along for the ride, I would love to have you. If what I share isn't for you, go in peace. There's thousands and thousands of other artists for you to listen to. My goal really is to just share my story is really what it is. And I'm honored to have whomever wants to listen to it. I know that sounds very kumbaya of me to say, but that's just really where I'm at in my journey. And
I'm not going to say it's kumbaya because it's the same thing with me. I had medical conditions. Obviously, I'm a disabled vet. In 2021, I had a medical condition that took my vision or took most of my vision, and I can't work or drive anymore. So I started a podcast, and then H reached out to me to be on here. And when I was in the hospital, my dad said that there was something that I was going to do with my voice. Turns out, looks like this is what I was led to do, is to try and hopefully help reach vets to get their stories out and for them not to be in their head. And that's what I've been doing. So it's along the same lines with you. I'm not in it for fame. I'm not in it for anything like that. I just want to help people.
Yeah.
So I
can totally see that. It's very, I need to update a lot of stuff on there. It's a couple years old. I need to update it for sure. But you found it.
How many albums do you have up?
I don't have an album out yet. I do have singles. So right now I think I have 7 songs I think out right now. I think 7. Yes. Which is really cool.
Out of those, have you done any patriotic type songs?
Actually, no, I haven't. Which is why I was really surprised that "Hello, My Name Is" has resonated so much with y'all's station. And I think it's really cool because when I wrote "Hello, My Name Is," I was facing essentially a quarter life crisis. The pandemic happened when I was 25, 26. And so when I wrote that song, I was literally keeping record of everything that was spoken over me, good, bad, or otherwise, all my life. And so where it says you can say I won't make it and I can tell you that I don't really care, I was applying that to my career. But I love that your station specifically resonated with that song and applied it to, whatever adversity you're personally facing. Whether that, not making it is life, not making it is through the day or through your specific career. I just think it's really cool that something so specific for me can mean something so specific for you. So got that going on. I don't know if that makes sense at all.
Is this a comment we got from one of our other DJs?
Oh, thank you. Do you say your, is it Mary Jo? Is that how you say your name?
I think that's how we just call her MJ.
MJ, I love it. Thank you so much.
On that note, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, I want to talk to you about what it's like when you get into writing songs and what's your motivation and your thought behind your songs.
Sure.
So
absolutely.
We're going to take a break. Y'all, you're listening to the Big Grizz Show. We have Lauren Rose Stayer. She's a country musician up and coming. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Been home about 6 months now, and I still have my doubts. Well, I'm not sure how I got here or how I'm gonna get out. Well, my mama says I look the same as I did before I left. But if she could see inside of me, it would scare her to death. I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun, and I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run!" And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, God, and weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. Well, they taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Last Saturday they honored us in a small parade downtown. And when they shot off those fireworks, I nearly hit the ground. And while they smiled and cheered for us, all I could do was stare. 'Cause part of me is here at home, but part of me's back there. Well, I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun, and I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run!" And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, God, and weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. They taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it on. Yeah, there's no end in sight. 'Cause even though I'm home now, I'm still fighting for my life. Well, I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun, and I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run!" And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, God, and weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. Well, they taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Well, the devil's won some battles, and he may win some more. But don't he know the American soldier will always win the war?
Introducing LT Defense Tactical Gear, your ultimate solution for top-notch protection and performance in the field. Our armor bundles provide unmatched safety and comfort, while our battle belts and holsters ensure quick and easy access to your gear. Stay prepared for any situation with our high-quality medical supplies, designed to keep you ready for action at all times. Looking to enhance your skills? Our firearms training programs will take your proficiency to the next level. Trust LT Defense for all your tactical gear needs and gear up for success on the battlefield.
Opinions expressed.
Okay. That didn't play for some reason. Anyway, we're back. We had some comments come in while we were on a break, and one of them, I gotta find it again, it's this: what's the main message you want your music to convey?
That it's real. It's real, and there's no fluff. It's straightforward. It's nostalgic. It's progressive. Whenever you listen to it, I want my listeners to think, "Oh, this kind of sounds familiar," and then have some curiosity. Since my inspiration, is the classics, like your 90s country, your 70s rock, everybody has listened to at least one artist from either one of those decades. And so I want there to be some familiarity to what they listen to that reminds them of an early memory, or, some a band they used to listen to all the time whenever they were younger, but have it be modernized that way. It's something fresh. Honestly, if I had to say what country music is supposed to sound like in 2024, that's what I want my music to be. Is I had different opinions of what type of music is out there right now. My music is definitely not the trending sad girl country that's being popularized right now. It's not going to be, the bro country, tailgate, top down, party with your buds. Mine's is to me, when you hear it, it's going to be, okay, this is a Lauren Rose Thayer song, and I know it's a Lauren Rose Thayer song. So I hope that answers it. It's very much what you hear is what you get, what you see is what you get. Not trying to be anything else. Just doing my thing.
I applaud that all around. You got to be true to yourself and not worry about what other people think. We have comments coming in. Another one is,
I love it.
Do you ever get out in nature and write?
Ooh, usually where I write the most is either virtually on Zoom calls. That's how I got my start, was writing virtually, especially when I was in Pittsburgh and my co-writers were still in Nashville. But I love writing in person, specifically in a living room setting. Usually whenever I'm outside in nature, I can't write. I am so focused on everything outside, being outside, being hiking, being in the woods, hiking, all that stuff. I have to turn off all my devices, and I have to just be in the moment, looking at what's in front of me. I just don't really find creative inspiration when I'm out in nature. It's more I'm there to disconnect entirely.
So, we actually had another comment come in, and it's this, and I'll let you read that. And obviously,
wow,
faith-based, because we heard. I mean, that was right at the beginning. So
I said the G word.
I mean, it's a lot of comments. I mean, I'm curious. I'm very faithful. I'm a Christian, and my come to all moment. Real quick on my testimony, I grew up in a non-denominational Christian church. I enlisted in the military, lost my faith in everything. That 20 years of being in the 12 years in the military, 20 years altogether. I just lost that faith because of what we had to do. And then when all my medical stuff happened, I met my wife, and she took me to her church, and I hadn't stepped foot in a church in 20 years. And the pastor of our church actually pushed people away from me and walked up to me, gave me a hug, and said he was glad I was there, and just walked away. I didn't know who it was. I didn't know nothing. Now, I'm 6 foot. I'm a big dude. I'm not very approachable. But this dude did. And that's been 3 years now, and the only time we've missed a Sunday service is if we're out of town, and I'm very thankful for it. So, can you explain what your come to Christ moment was?
Yeah. I will give a Spark Notes version because it's a big one. So I grew up Presbyterian. You know, grew up went to church pretty regularly. Actually went to college on a church scholarship, and so it was after actually whenever I moved to Nashville. I just I went to church for, like, religion's sake versus like relationship sake. I really didn't know like who the Holy Spirit was. I've heard about him, but never really had like that type of relationship with him. And I was having a conversation with one of my best friends in grad school. She had a roommate who just moved in, and the roommate and I started talking, and she just asked me just questions about like you know, my opinion on, you know, just religion as a whole and like my relationship with God. And I didn't like explain this to her, but like while I was in grad school, I was getting really severe panic attacks. I was in a relationship I shouldn't have been in. I was doing a lot of things I shouldn't have been doing. I literally, like, my life was just going completely out of control. And I was doing everything I possibly could to like just stop these panic attacks. And I think the part that was like my wake up call was I said something along the lines of, you know, my anxiety is just a part of me, and it's something that I've accepted, and I'm going to have to deal with this for the rest of my life. And she just said, who told you that? Like, who said that like anxiety has to be a part of your life? Who said that you like that is something that you have to deal with? And from there, it just changed my whole perspective on like just mental health as a whole. Anxiety wasn't something that God gave me, and it's definitely something that after that conversation I had with her, I got saved. And to this day, like, I went from having panic attacks like, you know, 2 to 3 times a day to like maybe having 2 to 3 a year, just like that. That's and awesome. You know, that conversation was in 2019. And I'm actually like really grateful, and it's so crazy to say this, but like I think what made me reignite my faith in Jesus was that he healed my tie to anxiety. Like, he healed it completely. And granted, like, I am still a firm believer in therapy. I'm still a firm believer in having, you know, a strong church community. Those things radically saved my life. And because like I got healed from anxiety and depression, that really helped me like with writing songs, and it really helped me with falling in love with country music specifically, because I had not really thought about pursuing that. I listened to it a lot when I was a kid, but I just didn't want anything to do with it when I moved to Nashville. I just wanted nothing, no connection to it. And it was really sad. I was very hurt, very broken. And now it's like, I'm able to write what I write, and I'm able to, you know, talk to you because like, I just don't have that bitterness and that fear and that anxiety over me anymore. And I think that's how you know that he is real, whenever he's the only reason why you're able to do what you do. Like, I'm not here talking to you because, I mean, yes, I'm glad you like my music. I'm glad you like what I'm putting out, but like, I am 110% here because of him. There's absolutely nothing that I could do on my own that is even going to compare to where he is taking me. So yeah, that's kind of my testimony. My whole life changed in a matter of minutes, and here I am now. And that's all I can really say that. I can't explain it. I wish there was a way I could say like, oh, I did step by step by step. But yeah, I just got healed.
It's amazing. Just the, I mean, I still have anxiety and I still have panic attacks. Mine are a different level. It's not as bad as it used to be, but once you get that you get the Holy Spirit in you and you get saved, it's all your fears go away and you don't got to worry about what's coming because, well, it is what it is. God's got it. You just take it as it goes. You walk through the doors he opens for you and you keep driving on. And it's an amazing feeling. An amazing feeling. So we're gonna go to a quick break again. And for some reason this hour seems to be going pretty long or pretty fast for me. It just seems to be going faster. I don't know. I mean, obviously I just told you guys might go longer than an hour because it seems to be going really fast for some reason. But we're gonna take a break, and then honestly, I want if you would like to play the new single you just dropped, I would love for you to play that when we get back. Plus, I'd like to get what your emotional basis for your songs, where your driving force comes from, and when you're writing a song.
Awesome.
So, you guys, stay tuned. Miss Lauren here is going to play her new song she just dropped when we get back. So stay tuned to the Big Grizz Show on MBR, Veterans Giving Veterans a Voice.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, hear the line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes, hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop. And his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, hear the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on the front line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, pay the ultimate price.
opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
All right, welcome back, everybody. So what I had asked you just before we went to break on your driving force and your emotions behind your songs. What do you feel is that pushes you to write your songs?
She's muted.
Yeah, I know. I see that.
Oh, hi. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, no,
You're
okay.
good.
I've just seen it.
Thank you. So yeah, somebody once told me that to write a good song, you have to live it. You have to live life before you write it. So when I was like literally quarantined, like everybody during the pandemic, that's really where I just started journaling and, just talking to friends, FaceTiming when I could. And from swapping stories, that's really where that's when I feel like the music came out, because you can have all the talent in the world and you can have all of the musical skill, but if you haven't lived what you're writing, then it's not going to be easy to tell, and it's not going to be easy to really emote it. So yeah, I just had a lot of life, and that's what inspires me writing. And yeah, that's really it. Just living life.
So are your songs, when you write your songs, are they based on your life?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
I wouldn't put in a song if I personally haven't dealt with it.
So
now, if it's something that I'm singing.
Okay, so whatever you're singing, it's gonna be something that you've gone through, or that you're going through, or something about your life and your family.
Yep.
That's awesome. So I can't wait till you go on tour, because you ever come to Washington State, I want to come.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I've never been there.
Well, I want to kind of get out of it, just I mean, it is what it is. I love the state, but
Hey, Big Grizz, you don't mind if I ask a question, do you?
Not at all.
So, Laura, this is your pen pal.
Hello.
Huge fan. Love your voice. I would love to know, since you've been doing the in a short time, is there a most memorable a performance that comes to mind? I know that you've performed a lot, but is there something most memorable that you can share?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, honestly, I think the most memorable performance that I have is this was a really random opportunity, but I think it was last summer or 2 summers ago, before I was even playing in Nashville. There was a friend of mine who ran sound at this little bar in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And he had a friend who managed the Capitol Theater, which is a small little theater in Bowling Green. But Haley Reinhart was on one of her tours, and they needed an opening act. And my friend who was a sound tech just messaged me and said, "Hey, just so you know, I sent your stuff over to Haley Reinhart's team, and let's see, if you get in, do you want to play it?" I'm like, "Okay, sure, why not?" And before I know it, I'm opening up for Haley Reinhart. If you're not sure who she is, I remember watching her on American Idol years ago, but she does a lot of stuff with Postmodern Jukebox, and she has her own solo career and everything. But the cool thing was I got to open up for her. It was just me and my guitar. And and I just played all of like my original music. I played no covers. I played all my original music. I told stories about everything. And I was just myself. But the cool thing was I was chatting with her manager, and I was like the only opener that they've had like on her tour that did an 100% original show. And like everybody who was there for the concert, like to see her, they loved what I did, and I ended up getting a standing ovation after the set. And it was really cool. It was the first time those people have heard my music, even heard of me, period. But that was the moment where I was like, you know what? The fact that I can turn a whole room of strangers into relating to my music, enjoying my music, relating to my story, and having it be a highlight of their night, then I'm in the right place to be. And that literally fueled me to continue to where I'm now playing full time. So that one was definitely like a catalyst or is that the right word? Catalyst? Yeah. To where I am now. So
so when are you gonna play the Grand Ole Opry?
Oh man, you tell me. Whatever.
I know nothing about it. I just know it's in Nashville.
Well, I have no idea. I got no idea. But I do know that in October, there's an award series called the Josies. It's kind of like the Grammys, but for independent artists and musicians only. And they host it at the Grand Ole Opry. And so I think they're still having, oh, look at that. My name's on the little thing. I feel so official. And they're having like applications / auditions to like perform there. So I'm just going to send my stuff in. And if they like it, then I might be performing in October. We don't know. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's really cool.
So where do you go to nominate for you, or do you just send your stuff in and they pick, or do we got to vote for that?
You know, whenever I find out information on how to vote, I will definitely like put it on my socials, let you guys know. I don't know if voting is open to the public. I don't know if there's like a judging panel for that. It's my first time being nominated, so I'm not sure what details are for that. But whenever I found out, I'll let you guys know.
So I want to take a quick time to say thank you very much. I want to close out with you playing a song, if you don't mind.
Okay, sounds good.
So I want to thank MBR for making my podcast known and out there in the opportunity for it. You guys look up mbradio.us. You can download their app. You can find them on Facebook, on YouTube, Twitch, X. They're on all platforms. They're on TikTok. We're live on TikTok right now, too. So
Ooh.
I want to thank you guys all for your jumping in and listening. And Lauren's going to play her recently dropped single to show our show out.
I love it. Thank you guys again so much for having me. This was so sweet.
Oh, thank you for taking the time out to be here. What's the name of this song?
This song is called Lighthouse.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is specifically a love song. I don't really write love songs, but this is the closest thing I got to one. So can you guys hear that okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Sitting in a coffee shop, trying to hide inside my cup, and drive comes in and out like eyes with you. Felt like electricity when you took a seat right next to me. We brushed it off, but I could see right through. You're holding in your secrets under lock and key, but you can't see you to hide it all from me. If you're looking for a lighthouse when ocean waves come crashing, the thunder rolls and fear starts setting in. There's a beam of light in the distance. If you just look up ahead, 'cause I could be a lighthouse. You let your ship come in. And I know what's been on your mind. So someone crossed you from behind. You're walking through the shadows of your past. Maybe all you need's a friend to see you through, to understand. And someday you might find love that lasts. And I'm not trying to push you or pull you ashore. Just toss the line and I'll provide the oars. If you're looking for a lighthouse when ocean waves come crashing, the thunder rolls and fear starts setting in. There's a beam of light in the distance. If you just look up ahead, 'cause I could be a lighthouse if you let your ship come in. Ooh, there's a beam of light in the distance. If you just look up ahead, 'cause I could be a lighthouse if you let your ship come in. Ooh, I could be a lighthouse if you let me in.
Oh wow, that's really good. You say that's a love song. You know what I heard in all of that? That to me, that's a soldier being deployed and coming home to his wife, and his wife being a lighthouse, or his family being a lighthouse for a soldier deployed to sea. That's the feeling. That's the feeling I got.
Oh my God,
Now
that
you're
is
looking at it
amazing.
different.
That is amazing. Oh, I
'Cause,
love that.
All the soldiers that have been deployed, we have to have something to look forward to coming home to.
Oh my God. Wow.
So there's your patriotic song, and you probably didn't even
Yeah.
realize it. That's
There
just how
we
it hit
go.
me. I
Oh,
mean, that
come
was
on.
that was very good actually.
Yeah, very, very, very good.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that means a lot for I honestly believe any vet that's in a relationship that's struggling. Not to mention just any vet that is struggling with PTSD or anything like that. You have your wife or your family that's your cornerstone, or
Yeah.
you have Jesus at your cornerstone. That's a lighthouse. I mean, it's all kind of that song meant different to me hearing it.
That's
than
amazing.
How you explained it to be.
That's amazing. Yeah. See, mine sounds a lot like to be totally honest, I had this huge crush on a guy and it was very unrequited. And so that's literally what that song is about for me. It was like, just putting my heart on the line for a guy and it just didn't work out. But I got a really beautiful song out of it. And this is why even whenever I play that song live, like that ended up being like a crowd favorite. Like people were asking me, like, when are you gonna drop Lighthouse? I'm like, really? Out of all my other songs, like Lighthouse is the one you want to hear? And so just thank you for saying that, because like I never would have thought of it that way. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And see, that's why I do what I do, because like what is for me is something totally different for somebody else. And sometimes the things that you write and the things that you share, it's not just for you. Sometimes not even about you. It's for somebody else. So that's awesome. That's really cool.
Well, there's a comment from one of our DJs, and he's talking crap about me. There it is.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. You guys are a fun group.
I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day and singing that wonderful song. Like I said, that's going to hit a lot of people. That means it's going to mean something different to every single person. And honestly, you wouldn't even think that it was a love song, or at least I wouldn't on that side. But so many people are going to think differently on that. But y'all look up Lauren Rose Thayer. Her website's going across. She's on YouTube under Lauren Rose Thayer. You guys look her up, subscribe to her. Let's get her voice out there. This is an awesome opportunity. Let's expose her and get her the popularity these songs deserve and she deserves. On that note, thank you guys for tuning into the Big Grizz Show. We'll see you again next week on mbradio.us. Be here, same bat time, same bat channel. And Lauren, can you stick around afterwards for a second?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to end this out and see you guys next week.
All right. Thank you.
That's the show for today, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with an all-new show. And remember, you can listen to us again and again. The podcast of this radio show is available right after we go off the air tonight, anywhere that you can get your podcast episodes. And thanks for joining us today. I'd like to take a moment to talk about something